Hey Jackie, so I know I didn't get the opportunity when we were at the house in Ohio to do a reading for you, but I know I had mentioned that I wanted to do a reading for you. So I am using this tiny little pocket deck of the Light Seers Tarot. So I'll show you the guidebook for that because it's got the image on it. And that's by Chris Ann, I believe. Yeah. So I'm going to pull some cards from that, and then I've got a few oracle decks that I'm also going to pull some cards from, but we're going to just, as I go, see what those are going to be. And I was trying to, I like my cards to go the same direction. I think I told you that when we were outside. Please excuse me being so close. I've got a little table, and everything is kind of precarious. So I'm going to try to be careful as I grab these. Oh. And I'm sorry about the noise. There's a piece of metal beside of me. This is kind of the catch-all room. If we have a child, it'll be the child's room, but of course it'll not have all this stuff in it at that point. But I'm kind of in a smaller space right now. I had an office set up downstairs. I still have it, I should say. But there's some rearranging that needs to be done before I can use that space. And no wonder I felt like I was choking. I gotta pull that down. I can't. Sensory issues, I cannot deal with things up around my neck. All right. So now I can go ahead and try to shuffle these. But as I said, you can see there, it's a teeny tiny little deck because it's a pocket tarot. I wanted the full-size deck, but I got this in a card club that I was part of through Hay House for a little while. And so when I saw that I'd gotten the pocket tarot deck, I was like, well, there's no point in spending money on the same deck, just in a bigger size. So we are going to go for this. All right, let's see what comes out. Okay, so first one coming out is the Six of Wands. And I'm just going to pull the cards as we go. And okay, the Two of Cups had also flipped over, so we'll pull that out. Did anything else flip over, or were those the two? Those were the two. So I'll pull the cards out of the tarot deck until either no more are coming out or it feels like it's completed. And then we'll go from there. You're getting Temperance, a card that not many people are fond of. Having patience is hard. Having to wait is difficult. All right, let's see what else. Yes, so I pull until either, ooh, you got the King of Wands. I don't know if that's your man, but he is standing strong. Look at that line in the background. Okay, awesome. So yes, you've already got the Two of Cups, which of course, love connection. You've also got the Lovers. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So girl, you've got some good stuff coming here, at least from what I've seen so far. But as I said, I try to wait until the end. Are you kidding me? So beside the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Wands. You're going to just get all the aces. Oh, all right. So, interesting enough, we've got the Six of Cups. And you probably already are guessing what I'm feeling like this reading is connected to and what this is connected to. Because, you know, you've got the memory of him as a boy and the dog. And then now the cups have led to where they're older. But it's also that nostalgia and things like that. All right, and so then that one I don't think was meant to fly out. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so how do we move forward? What gets to that goal? All right, so we have the Wheel. And we have the Two of Swords. That makes sense. All right, what else? What else does Jackie need to know? I have a tiny table and they're flying out. So we have the Seven of Cups. So much going on in this card. Seven of Cups. Yeah, so a lot of A lot of things kind of going through the mind. Creating some self-imposed feelings of frustration and being bound. Because, girl, you got the 9 of Cups. Are you kidding me? I know. When I do my readings, well, you know me in general. The Star. We got some healing to do, but you already know that. Justice. You got to find that balance, because guess what? You find that balance, girl, you got the 10 of Pentacles. So kind of like the 10 of Cups, this is a happy ending card. So that definitely is the last card. And the bottom of the deck has the Sun. So we're going to go ahead and pull that card, because that card is definitely meant for you. Okay. That's going to be, I say, but that is going to be all from the tarot deck. So which oracle deck is calling for you? Maybe you're the reason that I brought the Tree of Life Oracle deck out. I feel like it is. So we got the Tree of Life Oracle deck. So this is by David Wells, artwork by Roberta Orpwood. Orpwood. All right. So let's shuffle these a couple of times and then see what comes out to support the message from the tarot deck. I love the colors on the Light Years deck. All right, we're just going to shuffle a couple of times, because that on this tiny table is hard. All right, what cards does Jackie need to support the messages coming through in the tarot? And excuse me. I know it's this deck, so something needs to pop out, because is there one that you want me to use before I use this one? Because I know that I need to use this one. There we go. Thank you. Was I overthinking it? All right, so we've got 18th Path, the Chariot, determination, discipline, and concentration. All right. Jeez. The thing that stinks about that is I now have to move the table again and try not to knock anything down. And the tripod was kind of on the edge there. So give me just a second. Ugh. All right, let's see what Spirit decided to knock out of my hand for you. There's a message here for you, girls. So we got the 11th Path, the Fool, Leap of Faith, Freedom, and Trust. And then we've got 19th Path, which is Strength. And it says Lust as well. Defending the weak, peacekeeping, and sincerity. You've got more lines in there. Those are your ancestors. Remember I told you you have your ancestors all standing behind you, and they're very strong in their stance of being around you. And so it's like a pride of lines, like very powerful strength behind you. I feel like, and so we'll take the bottom card off the deck as well. So we got the Soul Triangle, mystical, soul-led harmony. That definitely is for you as well. All right. Is that that's for you as well? Okay. All right. So this is the last one. So we have 29th Path, the Moon, evolution, simplicity, the animal kingdom. And definitely look at her back here, because this is part of the message. And I sometimes wish that I didn't know as much about people or things that they're thinking about when I'm doing a reading, because even as I'm pulling the cards and the thoughts and images are coming to me, it's like crap, because she's going to think that some of this is because of conversations that we had in Ohio, but that's no. All right. Are we at the point where, no. Okay. So I was going to pull a Soul Truth card, but we're not done. So we have the Spirit of the Animals Oracle deck, and I need to pull a couple of cards from there. So I taken a certification course on tarot just to make sure that I was on the right path and how I was doing things. And a lot of what they talk about is, yes, kind of like with Reiki, you can have the standard things that you can do. There are definitely specific spreads and things like that. But at the same time, it's all about intuition. So I can do specific card spreads. And I think I told you when we were sitting out on under the gazebo that I can do specific card spreads, but I mostly just like to let the cards come out and then go from there. So this is a very clumsy deck for me because these cards are so big. So you got Unicorn, Infinite Possibilities, and we'll read the message on that in a moment. All right, where can I put this with my limited space? And I'll see if there's any other cards that want to come out, but I feel like that's kind of the ultimate message from this deck for you. All right, so first shuffle, nothing. We'll do 2 more. Nope. You're kind of sticking. Oh, that makes sense. And one of my favorite creatures, the sea turtle, protection. Okay, so we'll set that down. And now for the Soul Truth cards. So the Soul Truth cards I like because it actually kind of calls us out on some things and also gives us some direction. So we will see what we get. Sounds like there might be a storm here soon. All right, what Soul Truth card does Jackie need? What will help her in her journey through this? So many beautiful messages coming through. Sometimes difficult messages too, even when they're beautiful. All right. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. There's 1 and 2. Am I in my heart or in my, is that what it says? Am I in my head or in my heart? All right. So let's go ahead and read this, but I got to take a sip of water first. I am super dehydrated, so if my lips look funny, it's because I've been hyper focused on work this past week. And I have not gotten as much water as I need. All right. So sometimes my readings are past, present, and future in the way they present. But the way this one is presenting for you is more just that it's things you need to know, not necessarily past, present, and future. It's all kind of running together. So the first part is, like, the 6 of Wands is a victory. You see she's got her hands up in the victory pose. There's the laurel wreath, I think they're called. The spotlight, like you are this bright light. You're drawing this attention. You're attracting this attention. Now remember, what I'm hearing is attention from others does not always mean that they are supportive. So there may be all these people in the audience. They're sitting there watching you. But that doesn't mean they're supporting you. But you're on fire. I mean, look at that at the top of this wand. You're on fire. And so because you are such a bright light, because you are somebody who you're going to be yourself. You've got people, they're watching, they're jealous. And like I said, this is usually a victory card, but this is what's coming to me for the, like, these people, you see, they're not even solid. It's just an idea of the people. Like, these people are in the background. They're not even going to necessarily show themselves. They are through their thoughts and actions and things, but they're not overtly going to say things. But whatever they've got to say, whatever it is they think, they don't matter. We're putting them to the side. But the part of it is, like, all of a sudden I hear Alicia Keys, this girl is on fire. You're on fire. This is you. This is why they're saying things about you. They're talking behind your back. Because, so I'm seeing us sitting in the room in Ohio. And like I said, it frustrates me sometimes when I'm like, but this is because, they may think this is because this is what we talked about. But it's, you suppressed yourself for a long time. And you have these people that may not understand you, that may not connect with you. They don't get what it is that you do. They don't understand why you are separating yourself from them and they don't like it. But because you're separating yourself from them, you're growing. You're growing, you're glowing, you're doing all the things. And from that, you have manifested this Two of Cups. This divine connection, this soul relationship, where, as you can see, there's a balance of flow between the two cups. It's a give and take. It's not just one person. And sometimes when it comes to love and relationships, it can't always be 50-50. Sometimes emotionally, physically, whatever, one of us is down and the other one has to take on a little bit more of that percentage. But it should be that it's not somebody always having to give, that it's a little bit of both, that we're divinely supported by our partners. And that's what I'm seeing here, like with the rainbow, that it's balanced. You pour into each other's cups. You add to each other. But right now, it's a time of continuing that balance through patience. So the thing that you want, the thing you desire, and like I said, unfortunately, because of our discussion, I know that part of that is pregnancy, and a lot of your cards are cards that talk about that family growth, that talk about like, well, we'll get to it as we go, but I'll show you. But yes, one of the difficulties is going to be is that you're having to balance things not only emotionally but also physically. So you're having to balance some things within, and I know that you are definitely in that space. Like, notice how this person is just wrapped up in these two energies, and the moon and the sun, especially when it comes to this message of families and growth. The moon, a lot of times for us as females, can be connected to our cycles, and the sun is connected to new beginnings. The sun, which actually you got the sun card as well, can often be seen as related to a new beginning, which may be pregnancy, or it can be the birth of something. So something new, something that you're wanting coming through. So with the King of Wands, like I said, I don't know if this is your man, but this is what I love about the King of Wands. Whenever I do readings, and when Eric and I were dating and one of my friends did a reading for us, Eric shows up as the King of Wands. So this is why I love this card, because the energy of this person is amazing. So with the King of Wands, you've got somebody who, they're very charismatic. There's somebody who is, even if they're a quiet person, even if they don't engage much with other people, they draw people in. They've got that personality that draws people in. And his red shirt is just really standing out to me right now. The red shirt, and there's even a little bit of black, because red and black is that root chakra, that grounding, that foundation, that security. And so even though he can be fun and playful and charismatic and, draw people to him, he's also very stable, solid. Like, he can kind of balance those two aspects of his personality. And with the lion in the background, you've already got the strength card somewhere in here. I think it came through in this oracle deck right here. But he's got this strength about him. And then also with wands, you see the fire again. So with the wands and that fiery aspect, that it can be, the fire that kind of just comes in and it's there, you've triggered it, you've poked the bear. Or it can be those people who have the personality, kind of like Eric, where sometimes he's more introspective. This is also his Gemini, but sometimes he's very passionate and fiery. And that line is showing me like a Papa Bear. He's protective. But with this, it's this energy. And then look at his bracelets. So I go by, of course, the pictures and everything. So these bracelets, like, still very spiritually, well, not only that, but also the necklace that he's wearing with the triangle, and then the lizard on his shirt and things like that. He's very spiritually connected, but he's also grounded and very strong. So this is a well-balanced person that I see in this card. Sometimes with wands, especially if we're looking at the younger version, like the page or even the knight, it can be a more immature, like, lover boy kind of thing. But no, this man, he is mature. He has stepped into himself. He can love, he can lead, he can do all the things. Like, to me, this person, as I feel this energy, is very just like you want to be around this person. Then we got the Lovers. And this is very connected, very balanced, very tied together emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. Like this, for me, this card is showing just, it's this, they're not enmeshed. Notice that you still see the two separate individuals, even as her hair is coming up over top of his. It's two distinct things. So they're both individuals, but they're also incredibly connected and able to support each other without getting into those unhealthy ties and attachments. So being able, like even she's holding his hair right here. Like I said, super connected, able to really get into that, it's not just the sexuality, but it's like beyond that intimacy as that connection that, like I said, I'm rambling right now, but like that intellectual communication as well as the passion. You know, we've got that red fiery energy with the orange and the yellow coming through. There's a passion. And you see this card, even though it's just a immobile, inanimate, flat drawing, there's a motion that you see in it. Like it's this energy, like this very fiery energy. And like I said, we've got the fire right here for him. I just saw that. We got the fire right there for you. Girl, you guys match. You match each other's energy. It's awesome. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles. You're growing things together. So financially, being able to feel like you've got that financial support. The Ace of Pentacles, you've got this, like looking here and I'm seeing the roots kind of coming through. And then even with the hands, the roots are growing through the hands. So there's that support, holding on to the pentacle, but not too tightly like it would be in like the Four of Pentacles, which I think we had talked about with the reading I did when we were in the gazebo for someone else. Like with the Four of Pentacles, it's like feet on each pentacle and holding on for dear life. This is just saying, look what we've got. We are building our abundance. We are accepting and embracing our abundance, and abundance can be not only financial, but it can also be your life, your family, just your situations in general, and growing these roots down, planting yourself firmly. The Ace of Wands is coming in, and the Ace of Wands, again, we've got that fiery energy right in her third eye, right in that intuitive spot. You've got that fiery energy. You already know what's coming to you. You even said that yourself, to be honest. But it's being able to, yeah. You see how she's got her eyes closed? With this Ace of Wands, what I'm getting is manifest. You are manifesting your Ace of Pentacles. So you've already got the foundations. Now you're manifesting it. So with this fire energy, it's everything that I've been talking about. You guys have a very fiery energy together. And in order to manifest what it is that you want, you've got to bring in that passion. But at the same time, this is where the balance comes in. You see how she's not like in a hurry. She's not trying to force it. She's not rushing. She's not worrying. She is calm. So you've got that fiery passion inside of you manifesting. Like there's a power to the thoughts, to the affirmations, whatever it is that you're doing, there's a fire to it. There's an intensity, a passion. But at the same time, you're not worrying about it. You're not pushing it. You're not like stressing at all. It's being able to get really grounded, to bring yourself into that centered state and to trust and know that it's going to happen. The Six of Cups, this is something that you gave me advice on. This little boy. I feel like this represents those losses. And even though you have been able to accept and release, I feel like this is important. And like what I'm seeing is when you're pregnant, because I do believe that it's like, that's what this reading is coming to me as completely. Whether you're pregnant now or it's going to be sometime soon, but it's happening. I think you know that. But what I'm getting is trying to not let the anxiety overshadow the joy of where you're at right now. So once you're pregnant, trying to not have too much worry about the fact that you have had pregnancy loss before, to honor the fact that you had that experience of connecting with your child for as long as you could, is what I'm hearing. And knowing that it is okay and that things can be okay with a new pregnancy. And it's not to say that things may not be difficult with the Wheel of Fortune. You know, we look at the wheel. Oh, this is the World. I wonder why the wheel came into my head. I guess because I was talking about with this, you know, loss and renewal or things happening. So even though the wheel did not come out in your reading, maybe that's important to talk about, that with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, things go up, things come down, and it all kind of circles back around. So knowing that even if something didn't or isn't happening the way that you want it to, it's all going to balance out in the end, which you do have Justice, which is that balance card. So with the World, this goes back into that manifesting, okay? This goes back into that Ace of Wands energy where I'm feeling the manifestation coming. So just knowing that you've got so many things in your pocket. You have so many things around you. Energetically, people that you know and are connected with. And then even your thoughts. Like I'm seeing, well, and then you've got this right here. Like even the thoughts that you have, which is where I talked about, with this, trying to not focus on those anxious thoughts, which makes sense. Okay, so maybe the thoughts are what we're supposed to focus on in that piece. So with the World, you have the things that you need. Like there's stuff around you. The world is abundant. You've got these resources, is what I'm hearing, at your fingertips. And that's interesting how, if you look at her dress, what I'm focusing on right now is, you know, she's got the white right here, which is kind of a muted color. It's love and light. It's that piece. But look at around the belly. She's got this fit and flare dress. And it's not that it may look like she's pregnant, but just look at all those colors. Like it's balancing these lower chakras is what I'm getting. So balancing that solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra, that's going to be really important to you. Because here's the thing, with the Two of Swords, always for me, that's taking the blindfold off and recognizing that while there are things that have held us back and they may still be around us, ultimately we're the one that is keeping us behind the blindfold. We're the one who is making it to where we feel like, because you see the strings aren't even fully attached to her. Like these crows looks like they're screaming at her, but ultimately she's able to really just get out of this situation, even if she doesn't feel like it. And if you look, there's like dust coming out of her hands. Like you've got the magic. So you've got the ability to pull yourself out of the situation. And with the Seven of Cups, it's being able to pull yourself out of your head. See, he's overthinking this. To not look at all the cups that feel like they're turned over, the things and opportunities or situations that did not work out for you. It's being able to understand that with each of these things, they had to happen as part of your journey. So we've got the water, which shows emotions, and they're flowing away from him. So it's releasing these old emotions. You've already got this calm ocean that's behind. So releasing these emotions from this cup that's turned over because it doesn't serve you anymore. Recognizing that the snakes, you see the snake, that snake's leaving. That snake is not necessary. So this cup wasn't a cup that was going to help you. It never was. Because that energy is just not, it's not for you. And even in looking at this, there's so many little things that are in the image. He's trying to choose the cup, and there's some ladders showing that some of these cups may have led upward, but they weren't necessarily in the direction that you were going or that you needed to go. So it's letting go of these cups, and there's so many options that you have. And so trying to choose an option, like he's trying to choose the option, just trusting your intuition, trusting yourself that whatever cup you choose is going to be the right cup. And that if the cup doesn't feel right, the old emotions that we need to release, the snakes. Remember, I feel like I said, yeah, when I was talking about the Six of Wands, I was talking about how these people back here, they got all these thoughts, they got all these things that they're saying. They don't matter. They're not even showing up in that picture. So there's a cup here that is for you, but you got to choose wisely. And it's not going to be something that other people tell you to do unless what they're saying is connecting with you, that it feels like this is 100% what you should do. Because the thing is, these cups and the feeling like I don't know what choice to make doesn't matter, because your cups are full. This is the Make-A-Wish card. The Nine of Cups is the Make-A-Wish card, because it says, you see this yellow right here? That looks very similar to the sun, that new beginning. I've talked about yellow being solar plexus and confidence. Grow that confidence in knowing that you already have the things that you need, that you can manifest whatever you want. You've got this wish, the treasure, the cups that are all around you. And these cups aren't like these cups. These cups are facing down, and some of them don't have the best things in them, and we're going to put that cup away. These cups, these are all the things that you're wanting to bring into your life that support you, that help you to feel like you have the things that you need. And even in this photo, it's interesting how she just has like this ruching around her belly. But we're looking at the solar plexus chakra as well with this yellow and everything. So it's one of the cards that I think you got in the Oracle is the Fool. Yeah. So I haven't gotten there yet, but look at the same body language in the two of these. So in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot, the Nine of Cups doesn't have that full energy, but in this reading, it 100% does. And so the Fool also can be connected with pregnancy, and it's the leap of faith, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, when we get to the Oracle card, because I haven't looked at what it says other than the Fool. But so being able to, like I said, have that faith that you can manifest the things that you want. The abundance, you've already got it. You got it in spades. It may not look like what you think it should. Good Lord. I'm at 32 minutes and a half, and so sometimes I try to speed up and it doesn't work. With the Star card can be, sometimes that people are going to be in the public eye and success and things. But often for me, the way that I read the Star card is healing. And it really feels important for you for the healing in this. And so notice that as she has the string up around the sun, it's also falling down and connected to the ground. Here it is over here. So it's having that balance of not only focusing our thoughts, our intentions, and manifestations into things that we don't necessarily have, and trusting that divine guidance, whether it's higher self and or your guides, your ancestors, angels, whatever it is, but also being very grounded, being very, I heard firm in your beliefs, but also just being able to kind of pull that energy down so that as you're manifesting these things, your head may be in the unknown and the things that you want, but also you're very, we're going back into her. You're very grounded and calm in the energy that you have. So having that passion, look at how these kind of match with that fireball. Having that passion, but also in such a way that this now makes sense with the justice and balance, and also the temperance with the balance and patience. You may not have gotten what you wanted before. And sometimes things feel very cruel. Sometimes things get in the way. Sometimes we don't have all the information, is what I just heard. But whereas it felt like things were just not going the way you wanted them to, things balance out. There is a justice that comes in. We've got these two, like the level. Brain is not working. But you see how she has a smile on her face. She looks peaceful and content. She actually looks very similar to this image right here. So you are coming out on top. The shadow self is the healing that you needed to do from all the things that felt wrong, from all the things that have happened to you, from the scars that were carried in your body, in your womb, not just from the loss, but also from the things that have happened to you. And you are coming up and you're saying, nope. Because notice, this is a sword that she's got these hanging from. It's not just the regular balance. You're taking back your power and releasing not only the hurt of the loss, but also releasing energetically, even from your womb. That's what I keep hearing. The energetic scars of your past. And that's creating your 10 of Pentacles. I mean, you already have your 10 of Pentacles, but in adding to it, it's just being able to see the things before you. You know, you've got the dog, you've got the happy couple, you've got the money represented, you've got the children playing in the background and right beside of you. Guided and protected. And actually, funny enough, I'm pretty sure that symbol is on one of the, yep. That symbol's on one of the cards that I was like, wait, this one I think is for you too. And it's the soul triangle. So it's all coming together. There's lights, lanterns, lighting the way. How many are there? 5. I don't know if 5 is an important number for you. Why I even looked to see how many there are, I don't know. But yes, there are 5 lanterns represented on this card. So maybe 5 means something to you. That would be something that you would have to think about and let me know. And then, like I said, the Sun card was on the bottom of the deck. A new beginning. But it's that release. It's that freedom and that belief in all the things that you're manifesting in that higher power. Woo. All right. So let's see. I can't remember where this one was. So we'll just go ahead and talk about it right now. The soul triangle. Mystical soul-led harmony. So keep in mind what I was saying with this, with all the other cards. Especially where I was talking about, oh, yeah, it ties directly into the next one. With, you see, you've got all these lines and they're not physically there. They are there in spirit. So same thing with this. When we look at this soul triangle, you've got ascended masters. Some of these can be ancestors, guides, angels, whatever it is, there's divine guidance. You are being supported, and this is showing that there is a balance that comes together between all of these energetic points, all these chakra points. It's a harmony, like it says. It's soul-led. So it's you tapping into yourself. It's you really stepping into the energy of this lady in the Ace of Wands card. Being able to really allow yourself to acknowledge how powerful and strong you really are. And which, with the strength, yeah. Well, I was just noticing the sunflowers up here. So even though it looks like this person is in some kind of a cave, yeah, there's bars, there's a light, and there's sunflowers, and there's lots of yellow. So again, releasing those anxieties, seeing that you do have a cup that is full. You do have these options, and you have these great spirits, ancestors around you that are there to help. And purple, of course, being a very divine and royal connected color, also connected to your crown chakra. So being able to connect to the divine guidance, even that's God, angels, spirit guides. It can be your ancestors as well, as they've crossed over, so that becomes a divine connection, but it's connecting with those. And the leap of faith, freedom and trust, the Fool. So often this card, like I said, can be associated with pregnancy. It's associated with new beginnings. It's being able to understand and recognize that sometimes it's hard to take that leap of faith, to do something, because we're so afraid that we're going to put our heart and our mind and our soul into something and it's not going to work out. And while that is true, sometimes we do try something and it doesn't work out, at least the first time. It may not even work out the second time. That what you want and what you're building is coming, but if you don't take that first step, it's not going to happen. And with the Chariot, this says determination, discipline, and concentration. So what I'm seeing in here well, you've got the Pisces energy in general, but with this lotus, you know, lotus coming up through the mud, the horse is the chariot. Often I feel that this is something that's going to come in very quickly. It also can be travel, but I feel the quick motion in my body right now, like that this is coming. But it's led by you. Like you are in charge. She is in charge. You're in charge. It's led by you, but it's coming quickly. If you put your heart and soul into what it is that you want, the energy is just there. Like even, again, we've got these fiery colors. It's led by your passion, but it's being able with this lotus. I'm still just coming back to this. It's being able to recognize what's happened before as kind of, instead of a hurt, instead of something that we hold on to, it's recognizing it as something that we went through that also created room for that strength. It's not that we should have to go through any of these things, but sometimes we do. So last Tree of Life card before we get to your Soul Truth card, where did your Soul Truth card go? Oh, there it is the Moon. 29th path, the Moon, evolution, simplicity, and the animal kingdom. As I said, we've got more Pisces energy. So there's something about a Pisces here, Jackie. But we've got more Pisces energy, water energy. We've got this woman here who she is definitely representing that feminine energy. And even with her belly, she's got that female body, that feminine fertility body. And then the flowers, like the blooming. And you notice that in this card, these flowers are blooming out of like rock or dirt. Like this is not looking like fertile land, but there's still a bloom that's coming through. There's so many things that are going on in this. Is that a Gemini symbol? And you said Gemini was something you're very connected with. And then we've also got a beetle. So I don't know if that means something to you, but what I'm seeing, like I said, are these moon phases. The red and pink, very feminine, but also that yellow coming in with the confidence. And then protectors that are there watching over. It's coming. You just gotta believe it. You just gotta focus on it, decide when it's the right time, what's the right thing for you. Like I said, take the advice that resonates with you, let go of what doesn't. And your soul truth is am I in my head or in my heart? So with that, it says, what is the quality of your self-talk? What did I say? I talked about how we think about things, the way that we program our brain to think. If we're focused on the things that could go wrong, or we're focused on the negative things or the things that did go wrong, our brain says this is important. And then we will pick up those negative things or the what ifs in every situation. But we have to rewire our brain to think about those other things. So it says our brain... They're going to talk about the brain too. Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, they're talking about exactly what I said. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. I've said all of this. Where your head meets your heart and miracles happen. This is your card. So the soul action that it suggests is that today, master your mind. Watch an inspiring video, do some tapping. I don't know if you're familiar with tapping. It's that EFT where you have the various tapping points. I'm trained in it, but it's been a while since I've gone over the stuff. But I can send you some material if you want it or need it. Do some tapping, read an empowering book, or write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. So you can do that, and you can put, why I believe in myself and my dreams, or do some, and I just suggested this a little while ago, some automatic writing, stream of consciousness, where you just don't know what you're going to say. You start writing, and then whatever it is that's inside of you, or that your guides or whoever wants you to know, you'll realize that it's come out on the paper. It'll be, sometimes you don't even remember what you wrote. Sometimes you may think it as you're writing it, but not before you write it. So that automatic writing is just very intuitive, very out there. So hopefully this was helpful. We are at 44 minutes and 21 seconds. I'm not good at doing short readings. And yeah, hope you take care. If you have any questions, I may not remember all of what I said because I'm in the moment when I'm doing it, but I will help you as best as I can.